We have already studied about classification of microorganisms in our 8th standard. In 9th standard, we'll be learning about how are different plants classified. And in 10th standard, we'll be studying about how are animals classified. Okay? So I'm pretty much sure that you know basics and background about plants. We'll just quickly revise them. And a request for all students, I want you all to please be ready with pen and paper and pencil with you, because since it's bio lecture, I'm giving you 1 minute to grab on your tools. Be ready with pen, paper and pencil, because we have to draw a diagram at the end. Okay, hope you guys are ready now. We'll look at a few familiar plants which we have already seen. Okay, the first one which appears on the screen is the money plant. Now, this is some plant which you mostly see during monsoons, which grows on the walls of the compound of the building and on the stones. So this plant is called as Riccia. The most famous ones, mango tree. अभी तो season चालू है. This is you will see this plant called as cycas somewhere in your corporate gardens or in your school garden or maybe in your building compound. This is something which we eat in our vegetable. This is nothing but green peas. And what next is the rose plant. So ये सारे plants हम सब लोगों ने देखे हुए हैं. Now let's find out what are the common things from all the plants which we have seen. And whatever common points will come will be something called as properties of plants. Okay? Now plants, as you all know, comes in the advanced type of organism, living organism, unlike microbes. So taking any common plant, let's start looking at the plant and let's just start describing its point. So number one will be a plant comes in advanced type of living organism. So number one, that they will have eukaryotic cell. Okay? Eukaryotic cell is the advanced type of cell which living organisms have. Second, they'll be multicellular. All the plants are multicellular. They are not made up of single cell. Next, what we have is plants are green. Why are plants green? Because they have something called as chlorophyll inside a cell organelle called as chloroplast. And because of this chloroplast present in them, they can prepare their own food. And the process by which plants prepare their own food is called as photosynthesis. Okay? Now, classification. What the type of classification which we are going to study is called as 5-kingdom classification. Now imagine if all the living organisms have been kept vague without classifying. It would have been so much difficult to identify, to study evolution, and to also find remedies for most of the diseases which are present right now. Therefore, the type of classification, 5-kingdom classification, which we are learning now, is given by Sir R.H. Whitaker. That's Robert Whitaker in 1969. Please do not forget the date, 1969. This fill in the blank is asked most of the time in exams. Okay? So let's give a glance at what is the 5-kingdom classification. And once we have gone through the entire chart, we'll be looking at how does that organisms look. So after the chart is studied. Okay. Living organisms are divided into 2 major groups. One which have primitive type of cell called as prokaryotic organisms, and one organisms which have advanced type of cell. And the type of cell is eukaryotic cell. Now, what is the major difference between prokaryotic, purane type wala cell, and eukaryotic, advanced type wala cell? प्रोकैरियोटिक ऑर्गेनिजम्स के सेल में जो न्यूक्लियस होता है उसको कवरिंग वाला मेम्ब्रेन, जिसको हम लोग न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन कहते हैं, ये एब्सेंट होता है। तो अगर किसी का कवरिंग ही एब्सेंट है, will the material inside the nucleus will be intact or in proper shape? No. Therefore, prokaryotic cells are the cells which do not have well defined nucleus. ठीक है? Coming to eukaryotic organisms, also called as eukaryotes, these are the animals in which the nucleus will be well defined within a cell body. That's the only main difference. Okay, now let's move on to further classification of prokaryotic organism. Here we start with our first kingdom called as kingdom Monera. Now, example for kingdom Monera are all archaebacterias and bacterias. The most smallest, or we can say the most primitive life which existed on earth. Okay? Coming to eukaryotic organisms, we have classified eukaryotic organisms again into two major groups. One as unicellular, animals which only have single cell, and one which are multicellular, animals whose body is more than two cells. Under unicellular organisms, we have the second kingdom called as kingdom Protista. Now, kingdom Protista are unicellular eukaryotes. That means they are little more advanced than kingdom Monera. Okay? Now, here what will be the advancement? Advancement will be based on the locomotion. Okay? And they will have more amount of cell organelles inside that single cell. Coming to multicellular eukaryotic organism, the first classification which we have is fungi, followed by plantae, and then we have animalia. So these are various phylums which we have, or 5 major kingdoms of living organism. First, kingdom Monera. Second, kingdom Protista. Third, kingdom fungi. Fourth, kingdom Plantae, and fifth, kingdom Animalia. Out of these 5 kingdoms, Monera, Protista, and fungi have already been studied by us in 8th standard first lesson, classification of microorganisms. Now let's come to kingdom Plantae and Animalia. The major difference between kingdom Plantae and Animalia is kingdom Plantae, plant cell has cell wall, whereas in animals, the cells do not have cell wall. Okay? Now let's go through diagram of each one organism from each of these 5 kingdoms. Now what you are able to see is a microscopic image taken from electron microscope of a bacteria. The name of the bacteria is Escherichia coli, and the kind of magnification under which the photograph is clicked is 1500 magnification. This belongs to the first kingdom, which is kingdom Monera. Okay? Let's move on to the diagram of second kingdom, which is kingdom Protista. The most famous example which we know is Paramecium. Paramecium. Now what you are able to see is again an ultra microscopic image of Paramecium. As you all can see, the outermost ridges are not so even because they have fine thin hair-like projections called as cilia. Now the cilia won't be exactly visible very clearly because you all can see that it is an HD image which has been taken up, and whatever yellow colorish part which you are able to see above Paramecium is called as debris, cell debris, जिस भी गंदे पानी से इसको लिया है. ठीक है? Moving on to the next kingdom, which is kingdom fungi. The most famous example of fungi is the mushrooms, or something called as bracket mushrooms. So this is how bracket mushroom looks like. And now coming to a kind of fungi again which we are able to find on human body as an infection is Candida albicans. Now these are mostly infections which we see either on our skin or on our tongue. And when we see these organisms under microscope, this is how this fungi exactly looks like. And after done with 3 kingdoms, let's move on to kingdom Plantae. हम लोग ने बहुत सारे plants अब तक देख चुके हैं, and something called as kingdom Animalia. Now let's start with classification of plants. Now, before I'm starting with classification of plants, I will first discuss something called as dictionary words. Now, this is how every lecture of mine proceeds. First, we'll understand few terminologies which will be requiring to study the further part of the lesson. So I request you to please keep your pen ready. Yeah, we begin with the first word, which is prokaryotic cell. It's the primitive type of cell without well-defined nucleus. Okay? Second, we have eukaryotic cell, also called as advanced type of cell with well-defined nucleus. We humans are the perfect examples who have eukaryotic cell. Also, plants have eukaryotic cells. Now, what are we studying? We are studying classification of plants. So whenever we are studying classification of any living organism, the study of classification in biology is called as taxonomy. So taxonomy is study of classification of any living organism. Next word is autotrophs. Now we discussed that plants can prepare their own food. All the organisms which can prepare their own food are called as autotroph, and the mode of nutrition is called as autotrophic mode of nutrition. The next, obviously, we'll be discussing about heterotrophs, organisms which cannot prepare their own food. That means they are dependent for their food on other organisms. These group of animals or organisms are usually referred to as consumer groups. Next, we'll be going through something called as spore. Now, as on we learn further, we'll understand what is spore. Spore is a reproductive unit capable of giving rise to new individual. मतलब एक spore से एक complete नया organism can take a birth. Now here spore is usually a part of organism which do not involve into sexual reproduction. So whenever you have word called as spore, please remember that it is related to asexual reproduction. In Kingdom Plantae, we will be studying about spores in asexual reproduction of plants. Okay? Let's come to what is called as seed. So seed is reproductive unit. It is the reproductive unit capable of giving rise to new individual with sexual reproduction. तो कहीं पे भी seed का mentioning हो रहा है, you have to be 100% sure that seed is a resultant of sexual reproduction. Now next comes a new word called as thallus. Now what is thallus? Thallus का simple या exact Hindi meaning is chapta. Okay? It is flat body of the plant where the plant cannot differentiate between what is root, what is stem and what are leaves. So all these parts of plants ये हम लोग अलग अलग करके डिस्टिंग्विश या फिर आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर सकते. ऐसा कोई भी प्लांट रहे, we call that plant as a plant with thallus body. Plants which shows thallus body are called as thalloid plants. THALLOID, thalloid plants. Okay? Now, when life on earth began, or when it is only a story about unicellular organism. तो अगर एक सिंगल सेल का ऑर्गेनिज्म है, क्या उस सेल में सिस्टम्स रहेंगे to absorb food, to digest, to excrete? No, systems will be absent because we are only dealing with single celled organism. तो जब भी हम लोग छोटे organisms के बात करते हैं जिसमें absorption या digestion या nutrition के लिए अलग अलग systems present नहीं है, तो I can say that there is absent of something called as conducting tissue. क्योंकि animal या फिर plant ही अगर बड़ा नहीं है तो किसी भी part, किसी भी फ्लूइड को या लिक्विड को एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे हम लोग को लेना नहीं है. तो all animals which have some specialized system for conducting, ठीक है, this system is called as vascular system, and in plants vascular system is made up of conducting tissue. What are conducting tissue? Conducting tissue are group of cells which are involved into transportation of food and water. Now we all know that plants gain their water or minerals from the soil. Soil is there at the bottom, okay? And if any water molecule has to reach the tip of the plant, that is the uttermost leaf, then उसको carry करने के लिए जो भी tissue काम करेगा will be called as conducting tissue. You must have heard about something called as xylem and phloem. These are the two conducting tissues present in plants which will be acting as lift. तो अगर एक building है, lift does the work of taking people up and down or the goods up and down. ऐसे ही ये conductive tissue काम करेगा. Now let's come to a next term, something called as cryptogams. Now what are cryptogams? These are plants which do not bear seeds, neither flowers nor fruits. In simple words, तो कोई भी plant जिसके पास seed, flowers and fruits नहीं है, they are called as cryptogams. Next, what we have is phanerogams. All the plants which produces seeds are called as phanerogams. ठीक है? तो phanerogams है, you need to remember that these are the plants which are going to produce new individual with the help of sexual activity. ठीक है? तो whenever classification started, बहुत पहले, ठीक है? When biology came into existence, when botany and zoology were divided, and when classification started, they didn't know much about whatever knowledge we have right now. We are studying something called as compiled knowledge. So सबसे basic they started classifying plants and animals. क्योंकि microorganisms तो visible नहीं थे. We started studying about microorganisms when we had something called as microscope. Until that, living organisms were divided into something called as plants and animals. So finding the basic difference into plants and animals. What is the basic difference? If you have studied the cell structure of plants and animals, unlike which you can see on the screen, the left hand side what you have is an animal cell, and on the right hand side what you have is a plant cell. Now just think for a while कि animals and plants एक दूसरे से different कैसे है. The first thing which I mentioned is their outline or the external layer or the outermost layer of the basic cell. If you'll see in animal cell, the outermost layer is something called as cell membrane or plasma membrane. Whereas in case of plants, the outermost layer which you have is called as a cell wall. You can see the underline labels. I know that the diagram is the labels are very, in a smaller text, but yet you can see the green color underline thing. Now the second major difference is plants can produce their own food, whereas animals cannot. And if plants can produce their own food, how is that possible? Because they have a specialized type of cell organelle called as chloroplast. You can see the right colored part in plant cell. Here it is underlined now. Okay, chloroplast possess chlorophyll because of which plants can produce their own food. Now this is the first criteria how plants and animals were classified. अभी हम लोग को plants and animals के बीच में distinguish करने को आ गया. Now let's see further how are plants classified within. ठीक है, plants में basic classification कैसे चालू हो गया. So let's come to the second criteria. Now what are you able to see? This is something like an image of a pond or lake which have greenish color floating matter. Now this greenish color floating matter is called as algae. Okay? Algae is also referred to as something called as शेवाळ. हम लोग इसको शेवाळ कहते हैं. Okay? Now when we are taking the scoop or few fibers of algae and when we are seeing the image in microscope, the algae would look something like this. Okay? Now if algae are unicellular and so small, do you think they will have specialized conducting tissue? No. That means all absorption, digestion, preparation of their own food, excretion will happen within the single cell. Whereas we are coming to second type of plant. Now what image you are able to see belongs to bamboo plant. Okay? This is a Chinese bamboo. Now Chinese bamboo is very longer or it is lengthier. Okay? The height of the plant is more. So if the height of the plant is more, we obviously require a specialized system which will conduct water and minerals and essential nutrients from the soil till the all parts of the plants. So if I'm giving a cut to this bamboo stick and if I'm looking it nicely, we are able to see small projections. Okay? This is how it will look like. And ये जो छोटे छोटे circular marks जो दिख रहे हैं, these are nothing but the vascular system. You remember I mentioned xylem and phloem, which will conduct water and minerals, food to the plant. These are the same tissues. So the second criteria by which the classification started is based on presence or absence of conducting tissue, or you can say vascular system. Okay, let's move on to the third criteria. Now third criteria is easier. One, which we can say plants which bear seeds and plants which do not have seeds. Okay. Okay, now let's move one step ahead to studying something into details of kingdom Plantae. Now in 1883, Escher, a botanist, classified kingdom Plantae into two sub-kingdoms. The first one being Cryptogam, also called as Cryptogamy. It is also called as sub-kingdom Cryptogamy. और इसमें जो भी plants या फिर organisms आते हैं उसको हम लोग cryptogams कहते हैं. And the second subkingdom called as Phanerogamy. Now, all the organisms included in subkingdom Phanerogamy are called as phanerogams. Okay. Okay. Now, this is the basic, or I can say the half diagram or chart of kingdom Plantae. Now, first, what you will see is kingdom Plantae is divided into two subkingdoms as cryptogamy and phanerogamy. The simple meaning, cryptogams are the plants which are without seed, and phanerogams are the plants which will bear seeds. Okay. Further moving on to subkingdom cryptogamy or cryptogams, ये cryptogams आगे तीन अलग अलग divisions में divided है. The first division is division Thallophyta. Second division is division Bryophyta. Third division called as Pteridophyta. Here P is silent, so we call it as Pteridophyta. Okay, I'm revising it once again. Kingdom Plantae is divided into two subkingdoms, cryptogamy and phanerogamy. All the organisms under cryptogamy are called as cryptogams. All the organisms under subkingdom phanerogamy are called as phanerogams. The basic difference between these two subkingdoms is cryptogams are without seeds and phanerogams are with seeds. Now we'll start focusing on cryptogams. Cryptogams may the first organism. Now the first organisms when I'm mentioning that means Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta में सबसे पहले जो अर्थ पे दिखे गए थे were thallophytes. So thallophytes further went on, evolving, and then they lead to something called as bryophytes, जो Bryophyta के division में आते हैं. आगे जाके bryophytes, evolved more. They brought up more about of changes in them, and then they lead to something called as pteridophytes. So the ancestral ones और सबसे primitive कोई kingdom Plantae में है, these are division Thallophyta. So let's move on to kingdom Plantae, subkingdom cryptogamy, division Thallophyta. I hope everybody is with me till now. Okay? इसके आगे we'll be looking at the diagram, we'll be understanding the diagram, and we'll just start describing the diagram. Okay? Now, the picture which is there in front of you belongs to an algae. Okay? This algae's name is Ulva. ULVA, Ulva. You will see this algae either floating on water or immersed in the water. If you remember, life on earth started in water. Therefore, the first division which I want to study is also related to water. Okay? Now, what all things are we able to see? कि ये पानी में तो दिख रहा है. That means one thing which is clear, that thallophytes, okay, under division Thallophyta, all the plants which we are going to study will be aquatic. Okay? और क्या क्या दिख रहा है? क्या हमें इसमें ना, if you are studying plants, how is the body? Is it thorny? Is it solid? Is it rigid? No, it is not. जैसे waves आएंगे वैसे ये plant का body is going to move, right? So can I say the plant body is soft fiber like? Yes. What next? Is it green in color? Yes, it's green in color. If it is green in color, that means this plant is having chloroplast, which also means it will be doing the process of photosynthesis. Matlab, I can also term or I can also call plants belonging to division thallophytes as autotrophs. So here is our third point, which is these plants are green in color, therefore they are autotrophic in nature. Now, how is the body? Is the body showing specific root, stem and leaf? दिख रहा है stem अलग से, leaf अलग से, roots अलग से? नहीं. या फिर we can say it is one common body which does the functions of all these three parts. Root का भी काम कर रहा है, stem का भी काम कर रहा है, leaf का भी काम कर रहा है. They are discretely present. That means they have thallus body, flat body, which are thallus. ठीक है? And there is no special structure called as root, stem and leaf. Now these organisms can be either unicellular or multicellular. Samjha? We'll revise it once again. They are aquatic, that means they will be seen in water. Second, they are soft fiber-like body. Third, they are green in color, that means they are autotrophic. Fourth, they have thallus body, flat and thallus. Okay? Fifth, they do not have root, stem and leaf. Sixth, they are unicellular or they can be multicellular. Now, I want you to keep your 4 fingers on the descriptive part of the diagram. ये जो भी description right hand side में दिया है, ये आप hide कर लो and just look at the diagram. ठीक है? Now, just looking at the diagram, are we able to go through all the points? क्या देख के समझ में आ रहा है कि इसकी description क्या क्या रहेगा? Yeah, पानी में है aquatic, green color है autotrophic, soft दिख रहा है soft fiber like body, पतला है फ्लैट है thallus body, root stem leaf absence है तो no presence of root stem and leaf, and they can be unicellular or multicellular. ठीक है? Okay, we are done with the first division called as thallophyta. Now the most famous example of thallophyta is something called as Spirogyra. अभी ये Spirogyra दिखेगा कैसे? ठीक है? This is how it will look. जब भी हम लोग आइडल इमर्जन के लिए जाते हैं, गणपति विसर्जन, ये जो पानी के ऊपर फ्लोट होता है, ये एक algae है called as Spirogyra. It will look something like this. Now please remember, Spirogyra is a diagram which will be for surely asked in your unit test and also in your first semester of your 9th standard. ठीक है? I assure you that this question will be asked to you. And if this question comes, it can come in two ways. Either a 3-mark question where you have to draw the diagram and you have to label, or else it will come as personal response question. The diagram will be given and you will be asked the descriptive part of the diagram. Okay? Now I want you all to be ready with your pencil and your paper because we'll start to draw stepwise manner में how to draw a Spirogyra. ठीक है? Till the time this fiber-like structure of Spirogyra, if you are zooming it under 10x, that is under microscope, ये दिखेगा कैसे? This is how the bunch of fibers are going to look like. They'll be overlapped on each other. ठीक है? ये जो छोटे-छोटे box दिख रहे हैं, each one box is one cell. And हमें जो diagram निकालने का है, that is the diagram of a single cell. Now this is something called as 45x diagram under microscope. ये जो येलो कलर छोटी लाइन है जो इसको डिवाइड कर रही है, that each one compartment is one cell of Spirogyra. Giving you 10 more seconds. Please be ready with your pencil and paper. You guys ready? Okay. Now, the first thing which we will be drawing is two straight lines. I do not want you guys to use scale because it's bio, it has to be a free hand diagram. ठीक है? So सबसे पहले हम लोग दो horizontal lines draw करेंगे, which will define the fiber body. Are you done? Okay. Now, inside this fiber-like body, we will start drawing something called a cell wall, the outermost membrane of the plant cell. Ready? इसके लिए scale please use मत करो. Now, when I'm explaining you, I hope we all know how does a sandwich look like. एक bread का slice है, बीच में stuffing है, and उसके बाद और एक bread का slice है. अभी इस sandwich को आप लोग खड़ा कर दो. And imagine if all these three layers are transparent. तो सबसे पीछे वाला जो रहेगा, ठीक है, and सबसे आगे वाला, that means the bread slice. This is how the Spirogyra's chloroplast will be. पीछे एंड आगे दोनों जगह पे स्पाइरल मतलब जिगजैग लाइन वाला क्लोरोप्लास्ट रहेगा एंड स्टफिंग वाले पार्ट में दैट इज बीच में यू विल हैव समथिंग कॉल्ड एज न्यूक्लियस ऑफ द सेल जिसको वेब लाइक जाली रहेगी. ठीक है. नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन टू हाउ टू ड्रॉ द फर्स्ट लेयर दैट इज द स्पाइरल क्लोरोप्लास्ट. इट शुड बी डबल लेयर. Are we done with it? ओके. तो अभी एक लेयर हो गया मतलब ब्रेड का नीचे वाला स्लाइस हो गया. नाउ नेक्स्ट कम पार्ट्स फॉर द स्टफिंग. एंड मैंने कहा था स्टफिंग मतलब यहाँ पे क्या आएगा, वी विल बी शोइंग न्यूक्लियस ऑफ द सेल विच विल हैव वेब लाइक कनेक्शन. यहां तक हम लोग ने किया है. ठीक है. सो नाउ द न्यूक्लियस विल लुक समथिंग लाइक दिस. बीच में यू विल हैव टू ड्रॉ अ सर्कुलर पार्ट, फिर उसको स्टार लाइक projections and attach those projections to the cell wall of the Spirogyra cell. तुम लोग को वेब लाइक स्ट्रक्चर कहीं और पे चिपकाना चिपकाओ, जस्ट एंश्योर कि वो सेल वॉल के बाहर नहीं आ रहा है. इट इज अ फ्लोटिंग प्लांट तो ये मूव ही होने वाला है. इट डज नॉट हैव टू बी एग्जैक्ट. And if not drawn in the way I am telling you, what happens, students get confused in the zigzag lines and पूरा डायग्राम ड्रॉ करने के बाद भी इसमें जीरो लेके आते हैं. सबसे ज्यादा अगर मार्क्स जाते हैं यूनिट टेस्ट में या फिर सेमिस्टर्स में इज फॉर दिस डायग्राम ऑफ स्पाइरोगायरा. ठीक है. Now what we'll be doing is all the empty spaces which we have given, we'll usually shade it with the pencil itself. Here I am using a green color so that नीचे के पार्ट के ऊपर ये स्टफिंग वाला पार्ट दैट इज न्यूक्लियस वाला पार्ट आ गया. Are we ready guys? At least make the markings clear so that you can shade it later on. डार्क भी करो मत क्योंकि इसके ऊपर और एक क्लोरोप्लास्ट का लेयर आने वाला है तो वो टाइम पे यू विल बी रिक्वायरिंग टू इरेज इट फ्रॉम बिटवीन. Now when you are going to draw the second layer of spiral chloroplast, Please accept that the diagram is going to look little clumsy initially, but have patience. Okay, this is your second layer of chloroplast, spiral chloroplast. पहले ड्रॉ कर लो, उसके बाद थर्ड लेयर के पीछे मतलब बीच में जो भी कुछ आ रहा है, दैट इज व्हाट यू विल बी इरेजिंग. It was difficult for me to manage the exact curves. I hope you can understand the mistake which is given on the right hand side, black color. And after you have done with the zigzag lines of the uppermost layer, sandwich ke upar wala bread, that is the outermost layer of spiral chloroplast, we will be the erasing things which are there in between them. तो erase करने के बाद ऐसे दिखेगा. Ready, guys? A small touch up and we are done with the diagram. Now this is something called as spirinoids. ये spiral chloroplast के बीच में छोटे छोटे space छोड़ने के बाद you will be drawing this. टिकली जैसे बहुत सारे इसमें, no, you don't have to make it crowded and dirty. Make it equi spaced, nicely placed. Spirinoids are special proteins present in chloroplast of Spirogyra. I am repeating it once again. Spirogyra के इस स्पाइरल क्लोरोप्लास्ट में एक स्पेशल टाइप का प्रोटीन है जो मैंने ऑरेंज कलर में मार्क करके दिया है. These proteins are called as spirinoids. Ten more seconds to go. Be quick. Okay. Now let's start labeling. Please remember all your labels, all your labelings should be at, you'll try to make it on one hand, either on the right hand side or left hand side. Here I am preferring right hand side. एक के नीचे एक अच्छे से लेबल्स लिखेंगे हम लोग. एंड कहीं पे भी जब भी हम लोग डायग्राम में कुछ भी चीज लेबल कर रहे हैं, arrowheads will be inside towards the diagram, because in the diagram we are not showing labeling, we are showing what is labeled. तो हमेशा arrowheads अंदर की तरफ होने चाहिए. Here your labelings are cell wall, nucleus, pyrenoid, orange color, and spiral chloroplast. फटाफट लिख लो. Please do you scale. Now I can understand, but once the regular lecture starts, scale is mandatory for labels. ठीक है. Now कभी भी डायग्राम कंप्लीट करने के बाद डू नॉट फॉरगेट टू राइट नेम ऑफ द डायग्राम. सो द नेम ऑफ द डायग्राम इज स्पाइरोगायरा. प्लीज राइट इट बिलो द डायग्राम with pencil only, and that also in caps. Done, students? Great. So we have completed with the first division of cryptogamy. The name of the first division is Thallophyta. So let's just quickly revise what all things we have learned today. We'll first revise something about five kingdom classification. Okay? Living organisms are divided into two parts, prokaryotics and eukaryotic organisms, also called as prokaryotes and eukaryotes. The first kingdom is kingdom Monera under prokaryotic. The second kingdom is kingdom Protista under eukaryotic unicellular. And under multicellular eukaryotic organisms, we have three more kingdoms, which are fungi, kingdom Plantae, and kingdom Animalia. The major difference between kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia is that kingdom Plantae के cells में we have cell wall, whereas kingdom Animalia में we have absence of cell wall. Now then we went through dictionary words. What is prokaryotic cell, primitive ones, eukaryotic cell, advanced type cell, taxonomy, study of classification, autotrophs who can prepare their own food, heterotrophs which do not prepare their own food, spore, a unit which is capable of giving rise to new organism without involvement of sexual activity. Seed, a reproductive unit capable of giving rise to new individual with sexual reproduction. Thallus, matlab flat body of the plant without roots, stem and leaves. Conducting tissues, the specific group of cells which will be helping for transportation of water and minerals. Cryptogams, plants which do not bear seeds, fruit and flowers. Phanerogams, plants which produces seeds. Then we saw first criteria in which classification began. Plants and animals are classified based on presence or absence of cell wall. Secondly, presence or absence of chloroplast. Then the second criteria was based on presence and absence of conducting tissues. The third criteria was presence or absence of seeds. Now this also is an important fill in the blank. Who was the botanist who classified kingdom Plantae? Now he was botanist Eschler. ठीक है, इस इन्होंने ये डिवीजन किया था 1883 में, whereas Robert Whittaker gave five kingdom classification in 1969. Please do not forget the dates. Okay, now let's move on to classification of plants. Kingdom Plantae is divided into two subkingdoms, cryptogamy and phanerogamy. आज हम लोग ने पढ़ा about Thallophyta, the first division under cryptogamy, and what were its characteristic features? They are aquatic, they have soft fiber-like body, they are green, that means they are autotrophic, thallus body, they do not have well-defined root, stem and leaf, and they can be unicellular or multicellular. The diagram which you are seeing right now belongs to an algae called as ulva, and we do the diagram for something called as Spirogyra. Okay, I am thanking all of you. Okay, okay, now I am able to see the chat box. Can you please display the diagram for 2 seconds? Okay, Aditi, which diagram do you want me to show? The one which we have drawn or the one microscopic ones? The one which we draw. Okay, 1 second. What is the meaning of phyta? So it is basically, phyta is a Greek word, and it does not, it is just a group. Phyta means a group. If you see, all this ajibogarib naam comes from Greek and Latin language. It is just a suffix used. It means a collection or a group. Ma'am, do we have to write dictionary words?